Oh, there, Jesse.
Host privileges here. Just give me a moment.
I heard something there. Hey, Jody.
Hey, Dick. Hey, Jesse, did you get my email?
Hey, Doreen. Miss you.
Miss you too.
You've lost some weight, haven't you?
I was in the office yes,
You're looking foxy.
thank you. I was in the office the other day, but you weren't there.
Well, they were in the process of recruiting. They didn't want people to see me. So they asked me to hide back in the park.
They could just close your door.
Well, that's not good.
Just close your door.
Hey, stranger. How you doing?
I'm Sienna.
Doing good.
One of my bills, is it supposed to pay the warranty back to my buyer?
Just give me 1 second, everybody. I'm waiting to get host privileges of this so I can share with y'all my screen.
What the hell was this radio for? When I was doing my Bendix King stuff, I at one time had like some odd handheld radios here. I bought a box of like 80 radios that were all messed up. It was interesting. Anyway, well, all right. Well, somebody in the States had a board, $25, so go down instantly for it. But $200 is crazy.
Hey, happy birthday to your son. What a good looking kid he is.
60 or 80 or something like that. I don't remember.
Hey, Larry, you're not muted, brother. We can all hear you.
Yeah, well, it served its purpose. I bought it thinking that's all I needed for 2 meters, and then all of a sudden I didn't have DCS, and that was the one repeater I wanted to get into, and then all of a sudden. That has DCS on it. Right. Yeah. Well, then there was all of a sudden 440, and Paul's like, "Well, the 440 is the best way into his system, so that's why I bought up a dual bander." And anyway, I hand out money, right? Or what they call it? Having a lot of money.
Hey, Larry, are you there?
I just muted him.
Thank you. Hey, Miss Michelle.
Hey, Jody. Miss you.
Miss you. Are you in your new office?
I am.
You look good in your new office.
Thanks. You look
Hey,
good
guys.
in your kitchen.
How about a group hug?
Woohoo!
Whoa! Wally?
Okay, everybody. Thanks so much for waiting. I think we're good to go now. Let me just make sure that y'all can see my screen just fine. So Can everybody see that?
Oh, I better get on my iPad.
Can you
It's
make it
tiny.
bigger, Jesse?
Any bigger and things won't work on my side.
Oh, okay, well, we want them to work on your side. Okay.
Yeah.
We'll have to trust you.
Okay, let's see what we got here. Okay. Okay, can everybody see that just fine?
Yes.
Pretty okay? Okay. I am going to share with everybody a file that we're going to follow here for the basic DocuSign setup and connection to command functions, okay? So just bear with me one moment.
Sarita High School.
Okay.
Come
Everybody
back.
see that in the chat box there?
Mm-hmm.
Is that the DocuSign how-to?
It's not. It is the connection instructions. It's not the
Oh.
how-to. It's not the
Okay.
flow.
Okay, okay.
Okay. Larry, I'm gonna go ahead and ask you to help me field the. That was quite the burp there, whoever that was.
Wow.
Somebody needs to shut off their audio.
I'm waiting for bathroom sounds. Just kidding. Oh my goodness, that's funny.
That was impressive, actually.
That's funny.
It wasn't me.
Whatever, Jody. I heard.
Right?
Okay. All right. Does everybody have that document there?
Trying to get into a browser to view it, and the screen is filled up. So.
Did you say it was in the chat box? Because I don't see anything.
Yeah, it's there.
Oh, that's weird. Mine doesn't have anything.
Yeah, it's just the thing that says document download or whatever.
Mine's just blank.
I hate to ask this question, Jesse, but I've copied the file, but for some reason I can't get out of your page and get into my browser.
Okay.
You need to minimize it.
I'm trying to minimize it, but I'm a maximize type guy.
Okay. So that's something that you'll have to take care of on your end there, Dick. There's nothing I can do to help you on that one. So let's just go ahead and get right into this, everybody.
Dick, if you go up to the top,
I just figured it out. Thank you.
uh-huh.
So go ahead. Oh, there we go.
Okay. I sent it again.
We're
just
still
in
pulled,
case.
Jesse. Yes.
Okay. All right. So this is command. So if you have not connected it to command before, you'll need to navigate to agent.kw.com and use your MyKW credentials to gain access to the system. Okay. And here's how we're going to do this. So step one on that on that PDF file there is to go to the website, and then we're going to click on settings. Settings isn't very clear, so follow my cursor here. It's going to be in the upper right corner where there's a drop down arrow, and we're going to select settings. Okay. Is everybody with me so far?
Yes.
Okay, very good. So just for the sake of demonstration, I'm going to go ahead and disconnect my DocuSign, and we're going to reconnect. So everyone DocuSign should say this right here, not connected, current status, right?
Oh, shoot.
So we're going to go ahead and connect the account by clicking this button right here. If you already have it connected, don't worry. You can just leave it as is. This is meant for all those that have yet to connect it. Okay. So this is the first thing that you'll see. It'll pre-populate with some information there, your first and last name, as well as a preferred email address. At this point, if you have not set up your DocuSign Rooms account, you would send yourself a registration email, okay? And it'll be sent to that specific email address there. In my case, since I have a DocuSign account, I'm going to log in, okay? And I'm going to log into DocuSign. Everyone at some point will see what this looks like. They'll get this window here. You'll see this window. For brand new users, it will ask you, it'll ask you to send the registration email. You do that. You will then, actually, let me take a quick little poll here just by visual here. Where did my video go? I lost all of you guys. Hold on one second. Okay, just by a quick show of hands, who has already connected their DocuSign account to Command? Okay, I see a few.
I'll join Jody.
Thumbs
Okay,
down.
Jody's having a little issues that we're still trying to work out there, unfortunately. Okay, who has yet to connect DocuSign to Command? Okay, so
I just got disconnected, but I hit the button and it's loading, but it's been loading for quite a while, but that's on my end, Jesse.
okay, all right. So Michelle, here's what we're gonna do. Rather than it be me sharing the screen at this point, would you mind showing everybody the steps to activating Command?
Okay, well, so I don't know if you can, let me turn this around.
I will go ahead and grant you access to share your screen, okay?
Oh, but I'm on my iPad. I mean, I've got my laptop in front of me, and then my Command is on my iPad.
Okay.
Can I just show it to you? Do you see it?
Yeah, it's a little tough.
Oh.
It's a little tough to see there. So what we'll do.
DocuSign with Michelle at luxuryazre.com, but really the team uses info@luxuryazre.com. So I think there's an issue. I need to change that to info@. So when I did that, it said there was already an account.
Yeah, you'll see that. You'll see that.
I'm gonna fall in my rabbit hole, Jesse.
Yeah.
Don't touch it, Michelle.
Yeah.
I know. I don't know what to do.
Yeah. Yours is a special case, so we'll have to connect on a one-on-one basis on that, okay?
Okay.
Jesse, once you ask for that password, how long does it usually take to come to you?
You should get that email relatively instantaneously. It's pretty quick. You'll have to make sure that you don't have really high spam settings enabled on your email address. So make sure that you're checking your spam box in this case too, okay? And it'll say you've been invited. Okay. I can't.
All right.
The Josh Berkeley team, have you already connected to DocuSign? Danielle, Doreen, Sadie, anybody that I can't see?
Danielle here. I already connected.
Okay, beautiful. Thank you.
Doreen is connected.
Doreen's connected. Okay.
Being out in Sierra Vista takes a little longer for the signal to really reach them.
Dick, have you already connected yours?
No, I haven't. I'm afraid to.
Okay. So here's what we're going to do. I'm going to stop sharing my screen and I'm going to ask you to share yours and I'm going to walk you through this. So everybody that has not yet
Recording this, right,
enabled
Jesse?
this can see what the steps are because that's specifically what our class is on today. Okay.
Jesse, you are recording this, right?
It is being recorded, yes.
Super. Thank you.
So Dick, what we're going to need you to do is share your screen that you have command on.
Okay, I've select the window for the application. I've never done this before. I'll just put screen.
We're all learning something a little new. That's okay.
Sure.
All right. Looks like we're getting that here.
Okay.
All right. So we can see your screen. Now let's just get to command. Everybody should have the instructions so you can follow along there. I'll walk you through it.
Okay.
Okay. So let's go ahead and open up your command window.
All right.
Okay.
How am I doing, Jess?
So far, so good there. All right. So from the home screen, let's go ahead and select your settings there. So in the upper right corner, you'll see your name and click on that downward facing triangle. And we're going to go ahead and select settings.
Well, you can teach an old dog new tricks, can't you, Jess?
Sure can. All right, let's have you scroll down a bit there. And it looks like you've already connected yours, the go-to guy. You see
Did
that
I
there?
really? You know, it must have been my evil twin brother. I don't
Okay.
remember.
So it looks like, so for this, go ahead and click on resend email for us, please.
All right.
Okay. And click on that resend email button. All right. And if you would you open up your email so we can see what that message looks like for those that have yet to do this?
Open up the KW email account.
Wherever the go-to guy email is.
Okay, well, it
So
says,
that's where it was sent.
it says go-to guy at kw.com, I guess. So I don't think I've ever been on it. Where would I find my email here?
It's a Google email. So actually open a new tab there, Dick, and
Okay.
we're going to go ahead and just hit that X for us, please. Click out that little, there you go.
Okay.
And I'm going to ask you to navigate. So click in the address bar there, and you're going to go to mykw.kw.com.
Okay. KW Care.
That's it right there.
All right.
Right, so click into that.
All right.
And I'm going to have you hover over technology and select KW email.
Okay.
All right, so now we're going to actually manage your KW email.
I'm like putty in your hands, Jesse.
Okay. Okay, so that is what the email address shows. So you see that login to Google Apps button that's under forwarding?
Yep.
Go ahead and click on that for us.
Okay.
Okay. Hopefully this loads correctly. Do me a favor, Dick, could you click on your picture in the upper right corner of your Gmail there?
Pick up my picture and.
Yeah, right there. Just click right there.
Okay.
Okay, so so we're going to click on add another account.
Okay. I don't owe you money for this, do I?
There's your account right there. You see that at the bottom that says the go-to guy at kw.com? Select that. And next. Perfect.
You're worth every penny, Jess.
And go ahead and click next to proceed.
So
it'll send you a little text. So have your phone handy.
all right, my phone is handy.
Go ahead and click send a verification code so your phone doesn't ring. And you just see that button right there that says get a verification code at text?
Yeah.
That's the one.
Okay.
All right, so now you'll get a message that'll say, here's your access code G dash, and just go ahead and enter in the numbers that are there in that text message.
Okay. And today is Tuesday, August 4th, right? Okay.
Yes, indeed.
No, just put the numbers in, Dick.
Larry.
All right.
There we go.
Perfect.
Oh, I see what you're talking about, Larry. I'm sorry.
Yeah, just the numbers.
All right. Create a password.
All right, so you can have LastPass do that if you want, or whatever you need to.
Let me
There.
put a new password. How do you spell Jesse?
Terrible password.
Well, no one would ever suspect that you and I had a thing going, you know? What can I say?
Okay.
You'll never use me as a babysitter again, Jesse. Ah, jeez. What's a strong enough password? All right.
Do you see that little button that's right there in that field, Dick?
Yeah.
Click on that real quick.
This one here?
Yep.
So you're all going to be able to see my password. Okay.
So you see what happened behind all that drop down stuff?
Yeah.
LastPass will generate a password for you, but go ahead and try something that's new. It's what it needs. It's brand new, you've never used before, or it can be a variation of one that you've had before, but as long as it's different.
I didn't type that in, but.
That's what LastPass generated for you.
Oh, okay. This is for my LastPass. So it's giving me a password to generate. Should I use that? I'll never remember it. But
I'll get with you to change it afterward. So go ahead and just click fill.
all right.
Okay. And you should be fine. Oh, great.
Well, no, I gotta go up here and change this one to match the LastPass.
No. So right there in that field.
Oh, geez. Mother load.
Yeah, delete that.
No,
For now, just put in something simple, Dick. That's different, that you've never used before, but it's simple.
Type in simple, Dick. Okay.
Sure.
Wow.
Okay, perfect.
Get it.
Awesome. Just hit confirm for us real quick, and then we can move forward.
Where's
Okay. So everybody, if you don't have an email address properly associated with your KW account, you may experience something like this as well. And what they're basing this off of is your email address that's in White Pages. So you may need to consider changing the email address in White Pages later on, but we can,
activate?
so everything else that's extra, Dick, we're just going to leave alone. So go ahead and click out of every other little window that doesn't need to be up. The only thing that we need is your email. All right, so do you see that email that's right there from 11/16? It says you've been invited to join DocuSign rooms. Click that email open for us, please.
This one right here?
Yes, sir.
Click on it.
Yes.
All right.
All right. Dick, can you get rid of this last pass window that's there?
Yeah, I'm gonna try to. How's that?
Perfect. All right, so let's go ahead and everybody, when they first connect, this is what you should see. All right, so what we're gonna do now is click on accept invite. Okay, so it's gonna say that this is the email that's associated with KW. Okay, so now it's gonna want a password for this. Everyone will see the same exact thing here.
So should I type something in?
Yeah. If you need to, you can. We'll change your password later, and we'll change your other security questions later. Okay.
What's your say favorite actor? That had to be Dick Nichols.
All right, that's fine. And just hit activate.
And that's
Since there's no username there, just exit out of that.
all right.
Okay, so now it brings you to this agreement. You can go ahead and click accept.
Okay.
All right, so this is what your DocuSign Rooms looks like. Okay, but before we proceed on anything else, see that big old authorize window that's right in front of you? Click authorize for us. Everybody will do the same thing as well. And it will take you back to command. And we're going to go back to the settings for DocuSign. And we're going to click on authorize. Everybody see that? So Dick, go ahead and click on authorize in the DocuSign row there. And it's going to require you to sign in to that account.
What if I've already forgot my password?
Dang it, Dick. Just hit log in. I think we'll be fine.
All right, well, I'm not that bad yet. Right, Charlie?
Hey, you got it, Dick.
All right. So click. All right. All right. So click accept. Once this window appears, click accept. Okay, perfect. So now you have successfully connected DocuSign Rooms to your command account. But
Right.
we're not done yet. All right. Do you see
Anybody who needs any help, just give me a call.
Does everybody see that? Dick, can you see that little down arrow, yellow button in your tabs area of your browser? Right on top.
Let me
And
just
up in the top line.
There's a little yellow button with an arrow pointing down.
No, I don't see a,
Above that, Dick. Above your name.
above my name.
On the very top bar.
Yep.
Oh, there, the dashboard.
Yes, click on that. Click the X of that button. Don't hit authorize again. You've already done it once. You don't need to do it again. Go back to that tab. Don't click authorize.
I really feel so feel authenticated now. Okay, so
Go back to DocuSign dashboards. So you're going to click on that same little yellow button.
yeah,
Click the X. Don't click authorize. Okay, perfect. Okay, so now what we have to do here is set up your account. Okay, so do you see where it says DN in the upper right corner there of DocuSign? Click that for us.
up here.
Yes, sir.
You can call me Dick. Search my dad's name. All right.
You're going to click on preferences now.
I got a very fast mouse.
Hey, Jesse.
Yes.
I've lost you on how to get back to the DocuSign dashboard.
you got to look to your tabs up top, and you'll see a yellow button with a down arrow pointing to a line.
Yeah, I don't have any tabs up above my name.
What browser are you using?
The Zoom is full screen. You have to exit full screen. It's covering her top. It's covering that top row.
Okay. We'll have to check base with you in a bit there. Okay.
Yeah, I was able to add my team. Like it gave me the choice of adding my team. It knew who I belonged to. On command, but I don't know how to get back to DocuSign.
We'll have to touch base afterward. I can't. It's hard for me to visualize what you're describing. So we'll touch base afterward. Okay.
If we connected and all we needed to do was log in, now it says connected. My current status is connected, but I don't have that yellow arrow on top.
Yeah, see, that's the boat I'm in.
Okay, which browsers are you using? If you're not using Chrome, you won't see that yellow tab.
Oh,
I'm using Chrome.
If you're using Safari, you'll have to just look for DocuSign Rooms dashboard.
I'm
using
Safari.
Chrome.
Okay, we'll everybody that's encountering some issues will need to touch base afterward.
Okay.
So are you saying that once we connected into DocuSign, especially if we already had an account and we just logged in, it should have given us that DocuSign room?
It should have remained. It should not have closed. So if you're in the habit of closing your tabs because you don't like having a bazillion like Dick Nichols likes having right here, then you won't have that window any longer. But there's a way to get into to DocuSign Rooms that I'll talk about here shortly.
Okay.
You notice all my tabs open. Okay. I'll get you for that one.
Okay. All right. So as we continue on with these instructions, we're going to make sure that the information here is correct. So Dick, if you scroll down a little bit there, you'll notice company name shows Keller Williams Realty Inc. That is incorrect. Make sure you change that to reflect Southern Arizona.
So Keller Williams, Southern Arizona.
Yep. So delete Realty Inc. and type in Southern Arizona.
I don't know how that ever got there.
All right. It's by default because this is a corporate. We're using a corporate KW account. So Keller Williams Realty Inc. is what populates on everything done by corporate.
Okay.
Okay. This is why we're changing it ourselves now.
Okay.
The next thing you need to change is your time zone. So make sure that you're clicking on the specific and correct time zone for us.
So I would be Arizona.
Perfect. Click on Save Changes. Okay.
You want the website?
You don't need anything else. So go ahead and scroll down. You may add a logo if you'd like. However, it's not visible on any form, so it's kind of irrelevant. Go ahead and scroll back up for us, Dick. The next part we're going to go to is integrations. Okay. There is an option for ZipForm integration. However, ZipForm is no longer the primary or preferred for AAR, so you can skip that. And you can just scroll down to this section. Okay, so we're needing to put in our NERDS number, our NRDS number. So make sure to enter that there. If you don't know what that is, there's that Find Your NRDS ID option to the right that's available for you. All you'll need is your last name and your state license number or an email address that you've linked with NAR.
Hey, Jesse, I figured it out, but then while I was doing that, I got behind. So now where, for this, the NRDS, where'd you go for that?
It's going to be under the preferences. So in the upper right corner, you'll see your name or initials, and you'll select preferences.
Okay.
And to catch up to where we're at this very moment, we're going to be under the integrations portion of the menu.
Integration, okay.
Okay. All right. Cool. Well, now that that's there, Dick, don't hit save changes yet. You need to validate against your association. So go ahead and click on that.
Click on select an association.
Yes, sir. So
Okay.
then what we're looking for is Arizona. It's not in the order it's not in alphabetical order. It is in order that it was added to DocuSign Rooms. So you'll have to do a little searching. It's going to be more towards the center. There.
Arizona's right there.
Yes, sir. Click on that and hit save changes. This MLS member ID number is not relevant to us, so we can go ahead and skip that. Here is where you can decide to load some docs to Google Drive, Dropbox, Box. They're there as an option. You don't have to use it.
So, Jesse, does this mean that we have a free Dropbox account because of this?
No, that's not what that means.
Oh, okay.
That means if you have one, you can connect it.
All right.
So let's go ahead and scroll back up there, Dick. All right. And then the next portion that we're going to work on is the notification section. Okay. Make sure that every box that's there is checked. Okay. Scroll down and check some more. And hit save changes once everything's there.
I'm trusting you, Jesse. I didn't read everything.
That's the recommendation. Just turn everything on.
Okay.
Okay, so let's scroll back up again there, Dick. And the next thing that we're going to check on is your inbox details. Go ahead and click that real quick. Now, this is important because like Dotloop, you can actually email documents to a specific room. And this inbound email address that's provided to you is how you'll do that. You can edit this email address. So if you wanted to just say dick.nichols@mail.docusign.net, you can make that happen.
Let's do that because that was my old football number there, and that would be very confusing to me.
Whatever makes it simpler.
Okay.
You can use the option to get a fax number if you'd like. If that's not part of your current business practice, it's not necessary.
Okay.
So go ahead and hit save changes. And there you go. Be sure to add that email address, that dick.nichols@mail.docusign.net email address to your address book there, Dick. So you can just email yourself documents if you need to. Okay. And if everybody else does that, make sure to do the same there.
Mail.
Michelle, to answer your question that I see there, I just recently gained team access on how this works, and I am working through that, and I will let you know what I find. If you're still on here. Doesn't look like it. Oh, there you are. Okay. Lost your video there for a second there. I will touch base with you, okay, Michelle? All right, so Dick, the next thing that you're going to do here is click on contact information.
Yep.
And populate the correct information there for yourself.
All right. I won't do everything. I can go back and add it on to it, right?
Yeah, you can always go back.
All right, so why don't we just save time and I'll just save the changes.
Sure.
Uh-oh.
Scroll up real quick. I want to see what is erroring out. Hit refresh real quick. It's saved, so it's okay. You're good.
Hit save again?
Nope, you don't need to. It already done it, so you're fine.
All right.
So go ahead and scroll back up. And we've taken care of most everything. So if you want to, you can add your photo to it. You can add a logo.
Well, most of you know I'm pretty shy, so I probably won't add my photo to it.
You'd be the only one to see it, so it really wouldn't matter. So Dick, go ahead and click for all of us. Click on dashboard, please. Okay, so so if you have that little banner up top, it's because there are other things that you can enter in, like your pictures and logo and stuff like that. You can ignore that. That's okay. So what you see here, let's just go over basic navigation of this. You see your recent activity. If you have a new room, the latest rooms will populate there, the recently viewed rooms, right? Sign-in activity, if you've sent out any docs for signature, the most recent things will appear there. New document access, same thing. Anything that's new and current or latest versions of anything will appear there. Scroll back up again there, Dick. New messages, if you receive anything in terms of messages in your DocuSign, it will appear there. Right smack in the center, rooms, if you click on that, there you go. Click on rooms, please. Right at the top, in the center.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was clicking on the big box.
Gotcha. This is where all of your rooms will appear. Now, one of the questions that I get asked a lot is, can I just open a room by itself without having to go through command? And the easy answer is yes, but it's not recommended. Okay, and the reason why it's not recommended is that when you begin an opportunity within command, which we will all do, you can start the room right from command. And the reason why that's important is because that DocuSign room is associated with that specific opportunity within command. You will be able to gain access to that room and pull whatever doc you need from the room into command for your compliance. Okay, so that's important. So I do not recommend opening up a DocuSign room on its own without an associated opportunity. Okay?
Jesse, I have a question. When it said to, you can add files, or documents, one of the shortcomings of dotloop is that I just can't, bring in let's say photographs of something. I can't, if it's somebody I'm working with and I don't have a transaction yet, I can't add photographs of their house or anything else like that. Will DocuSign allow me to do that with let's say a JPEG or a PNG file?
You want to add a photo to your rooms?
Yeah, let's say I went out and, one of the things I like to do is I like to take a photograph of my clients and store it so that when I see them, I don't forget what they look like.
Okay.
I am old, all right? So I like to do that and other things, and maybe I'll save a document that I'll have on hand and talk about the 10 tips of listing your house. I'd like to have a PDF form on that. Can I do that in this?
So here's the thing. The way you like to do things with dotloop, you're pretty much going to have to just let go of them and use this system as it's designed. And currently, it's not designed to do what you're asking, Dick.
But if I create a PDF file, and
you can upload it. Yeah, you can upload PDFs to this all the time, but it's going to be a little different from what you're used to in dotloop.
But I can't do dotloop won't let you do JPEGs or PNG files either. So I'm just wondering.
Right, because this is a document.
Okay.
This is a document-specific web app, so the need for JPEGs or PNGs aren't really necessary.
Unless I incorporate them into a PDF. Okay.
Okay, so I'm gonna have to take note of that. Charlie asked me a very specific question. Okay, all right. So from here, let's continue on with this navigation real quick here. You'll need to, the review portion and the closed portion, that's not really relevant. We're not using DocuSign for the compliance or file review purposes, so that's not necessary for us. You can, however, do you see that new button to the right there, Dick? It's a blue button.
Oh, the blue button, new? Okay.
Yeah. If you click that, it'll ask you what this room is all about, what your role is specifically, and it'll ask you for a side. See, now if you scroll down a little bit there, Dick, you can add a picture of the
House.
you can add a picture there. You just can't do it from command or anything like that.
All right. So
this would be
basically,
the only place you can do it.
So basically, the new room is like our folder. As we create a new loop.
Yep.
It's like a new loop.
Yes, loop is equal to room.
Okay.
Okay. Except you're not using the room for compliance. You're using command for that purpose. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So you can go ahead and scroll down a little bit more so we can see the rest of the form. All right, and that's all that's there. So you can go ahead and click back to existing rooms for us, please. Okay. Continuing on with navigation here, that inbox right next to the room selection there in the center. See inbox? In the top menu there, Dick, right where it says rooms underlined, right there. Click on inbox for us.
Oh, inbox. Okay.
Okay. This is where your messages will appear. So if you haven't sent anything to a specific room number, which will be on a later later class this month, or in the next coming weeks, I should say, you'll find anything that you send yourself here that's not specified, or any faxes. If you set up a fax number, will appear here as well. And at that point, you can just move things into the specific room as necessary.
Now it says included in pro accounts to use a fax number. Do we have to upgrade, and does that cost us money to become a pro account?
We have a pro account by default with KW. So yeah, if you want to, you can add it. It's not necessary, like I said.
It's free. Okay, super.
The My Docs section there, right next to inbox. This is if you have a form that you want to have in here specifically that you use for whatever reason. You can have it here, and you can use that going forward. It's not necessary, but it's there. Okay. If you click on forms right next to personal, this is one way for you to verify that you've have a correct connection with your NERDS, with use of your NERDS number. So it's making sure that it's validated that you can actually have access to this forms library. This is one way to make sure that you have that connection established correctly. You'll see the AAR folder, the Armless folder, your specific market center folder there. The only doc that's housed in that is the ABA. So it'll be reflective of whatever market center you're a member of. You'll have Melissa forms that are specific to listings and other such things like that. And also the TAR, the TAR forms as well. So if you don't see this, then we need to make sure that your NERDS ID is entered in properly. Okay. And you have the correct association selected in the integrations portion of DocuSign Rooms. Okay. So this is a good connection piece. Now let's go ahead and Dick, I'm going to ask you to click on one of the command tabs that you have open, if you don't mind, please.
All right, so
it'll be right up top, and you'll see like two little KW windows up top to the right. Just click on one of those.
Okay.
Okay, perfect. Now, the way it's going to work, it's kind of a little segue and teaser for next week. Do you see there the handshake icon there on the left?
Yeah.
Okay. That is your opportunities applet. And if you want to know what the names are of these applets, go ahead and click on the red KW button right up top there, Dick. So people. Oh, you're good. You're good. It's fine. You're good. Just click. No, not that one.
Back here again.
The red KW. You see that?
Right there.
Right there. Click on that. And that'll bring up all the names of the applets. So that way you can get used to what they look like and what they're called. Okay. So we're going to go ahead, Dick, I'm going to ask you to go ahead and click on opportunities now. I just wanted everybody to see that you can see what the actual name is written out. Okay.
I have no opportunities.
It looks like there's one. It's under cultivate on the listing side. There's one opportunity right there.
All right. I'm sorry. I don't mean to keep going up and down.
Right. So go ahead and click on that. Cultivate right there. And click on the name of that opportunity there for us. Just
Where's
the name.
that?
It's your name where it says Nichols listing. That's the name of the opportunity. Yep. It
Goes
should.
back to September 30th. Oh, I just took my fourth sale offer on it today.
Awesome. Just click up until it changes. There you go. Click now. Perfect. So this is what the details look like. So why did we just connect DocuSign? Why did we even have to do any of that? Do you see that documents name right there? That's one of the options. So Dick, if you don't mind, go ahead and click on documents there. Perfect. Now, does everybody see that dark grayish button that says start a transaction?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. This is the button that's going to enable command to create a room in DocuSign Room. So Dick, go ahead and click on start a transaction. And it will automatically navigate you to that room. Okay. So there you go. It created a room for you. Now, before we do anything here, Dick, go ahead and click on that one KW button that's right next to the active tab.
Up here?
Okay, do you see where, up top, where you have all your tabs?
Oh, here.
Click on the one before the X, that one right there. Okay. So does everybody see this sync transaction button?
Yes.
Okay. That button will do one thing and one thing only. It is a one-way sync of information, and the information that gets synced over are the basic details information. So if you selected a property address in the details section of the opportunity, that'll sync over, and it'll also sync over the basic contact information. So Dick, do you see right under where it says Nichols listing, you see your name there that says Dick Nichols?
Yeah.
Click on that for us. Right, so it brings up his basic contact information. You don't have to click go to contacts.
Thank you. It'd be very
So that basic information will be synced over to the DocuSign Room as well. Okay. So Dick, if you don't mind, go ahead and click on sync transaction real quick. And click update. All right. Now, Dick, this is getting kind of hard because of all your open tabs, but do you see the second yellow button that's right next to the active tab? Click on that, please.
That one there?
Yes, sir.
You and our minds are in sync, Jesse. I'm impressed.
So am I. All right. Go ahead and click on, hit the refresh button and then click on details for us. Perfect. So you see what I mean there by basic contact information syncing over to the room?
Mm-hmm.
To the right there, it says seller 1. Okay. And you'll see Dick Nichols' name is right there, as well as his phone number. And if you scroll down a little bit there, Dick, you'll also notice that the email address is there as well. Boom. And it's that simple to sync some basic information through. This page right here does function like the details page or transaction details page of Dotloop. So if you go ahead and click on edit and enter in the rest of the information, That information will then populate on the forms that you end up using from the DocuSign libraries. Okay, makes it pretty simple in that regard, and we'll show you how to do that in a new training, possibly next week. Okay, so does anybody have any questions on not only why we connected Command to DocuSign, but in the connection series altogether? Does anybody have any questions?
Yeah, just a quick one, Jesse. I don't want to confuse people here, but you did the sync, but then there was the start transaction button, which I don't think we talked about start transaction in here today.
Yeah, we did. That's how we started this room altogether.
Oh, that's right. They start the room is start transaction. Then, okay, then the sync. Okay, sorry, my bad.
And then sync appears. And every time you go to the opportunity, so Dick, go ahead and click on that KW button that's next to the active tab, please.
Right here?
Yep. All right, so does everybody see that if they're just in Command and they want to go to that specific transaction room, do you see that button that says go to transaction? Right next to sync transaction? That button there will automatically take you to the specific room for this opportunity. Okay? So start a transaction, splits off into two different buttons, sync transaction and go to transaction. Okay?
Well, this thing really is connected to everything in the whole command.
Yeah, it is. It has a really good space. It'll provide a lot of value. Now, I've been using this system exclusively for about 2 months now before rollout, and I like it. I like it a lot. I like how it's integrated with Command. I like how I can just go in there, select the specific document, add it to my document registry here in Command for Compliance, and then move on. It's simple. It just takes a little getting used to. It's brand new, which is why we have such a nice little grace period while we transition from the use of .loop to DocuSign Rooms and Command for Compliance. And it's just going to be a lot easier. I think you all will begin to like it a lot and appreciate what it does.
Jesse, I have a question for you.
Sure.
In Loop, we're able to take forms and customize it with our contact information and stuff we put into it and use those as the ones that we would do when we created a new transaction. Are we able to take the forms we have here and then add our personal information into it so it saves a lot of retyping and stuff like that?
Yes, and that'll be covered in a different class.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, we have the entire DocuSign training segmented over the next 5 weeks. So you'll learn something a little bit new about how DocuSign can be used and what it can be used for and how to set up certain things going forward. Okay.
Sounds good.
Awesome. Does anybody else have any questions? Did this help anybody? I know there were some certain things with certain individuals that are already using DocuSign that have come up, but outside of that, does everybody have any other questions or any concerns about anything?
I do, real quick.
Yes.
So obviously this is all brand new. Are we supposed to be using this from now on then and no longer .loop? Is that correct?
It depends on what aspect you're asking me about. For compliance, this is it.
Okay. So since we're, getting all the training and all that stuff, if we are to submit a contract, do we do that through here?
You can, if you want to get some good practice out of it.
But since we don't have any practice yet and we need to submit, let's just say I need to submit something tomorrow for argument's sake. Do we go through .loop?
So you have the month of August to use .loop for compliance purposes for things that have already started. After September 1, it'll be exclusively Command. So get your practice in now.
And is that through creating an opportunity?
For .loop? What are you asking specifically?
To start the process of the paperwork, everything.
You need an opportunity.
Okay, that's like step number 1. Okay.
Step number 1, opportunity there. Well, actually, step number 1 is have a contact in Command. And then step 2 is have an opportunity associated with it.
Yeah, what I found is I went in and put some of my earlier this year files in by going directly into create an opportunity and adding names and everything like that, and it doesn't go into your numbers. So put the contact in, and then start the opportunity from the contact, and it will track everything through and add to your numbers and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
The other thing, just to reiterate what Jesse was saying, for compliance. For compliance purposes, you have through the month of September, correct me if I'm wrong, Jesse, for compliance, you have through this month to learn the compliance section, which is just, and Jesse, tell me if I'm wrong, it's just this first section where you have your disclosures. By September 1st, all of your disclosures for your files need to be run through Command. You could still run the other portion of your files through .loop if you want to. And again, correct me if I'm wrong, Jesse, but that's how I'm understanding it.
Yeah, that's incorrect. So any document, whether it is your consultation disclosures doc or anything pertaining to a deal, listing agreements, everything, all docs will be going through Command Compliance. It's just not going to, it doesn't make any sense for the compliance officers, the brokers, to go between .loop for certain things and then go to Command for the others. Beginning September, it's going to be clean and cut where you just need to be in Command Compliance for that purpose.
Jesse, getting ahead of it a little bit, let's say, I have different people who are, escrow officers or mortgage officers, and I have their information in my .loop. I should probably put that information into Command so I can pull that information up and put them into these forms, right?
Well, you said it right at the beginning before you even asked the question. You're getting ahead of yourself, but yeah, that doesn't work.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, Jesse.
Yes.
This is Kristen Breeding. I was an agent in another state in another market center, and that still causes issues sometimes. And back on integrations, I put my NRDS number. I did put that I was a member of the Arizona Association of Realtors, and I think it did verify me or whatever. But then it's asking me for my Louisiana MLS ID number, not my TAR MLS ID number. See how below that it says
NWMLS?
Yeah, it says Northwest MLS.
Yeah, I mentioned that. That doesn't pertain to us, so that's
okay. It has nothing to do with the fact that I am associated with that other. I thought it was just popping up on mine. Okay, thank you.
No, it populates on everybody's, yeah, but being that we don't do business in that state, it's not going to populate here for that.
So
if we're still attached with that market center and working out of that market center, then that would make sense. But
right. Well, are things going to pre-populate into the contract from MLS to DocuSign like they do with .loop and MLS, or like they do with zip forms, I guess?
No, and the reason for that is it's not there yet. But I've been using it specifically, and I just enter in the information. It takes just a couple minutes. It's not that big a deal to me to enter in an address and an APN.
Well, if I have a listing in .loop and I have just got under contract, do I list the purchase contract in Command or into .loop?
Jesse, can I address all the dates?
Sure.
Okay, so here's the dates. From this point forward, this month only, for the month of August, you may enter your new escrows in either .loop or Command. They all need to close if you put them in .loop by it's September 1st. If they're not going to close by September 1st, you need to start moving those into Command. I suggest that you start putting anything new in Command today and just using .loop to close out what's already in there. That's really going to benefit you, and you're not going to be in panic mode come the deadline.
Yep. That's perfect. Thank you so much for that clarification there, Jody.
So Jody, I have a listing that is set to close August 31st. Now, it's always a chance it could be extended. So should I not put the listing or the transaction, which I have in .loop now, but put it also in Command?
I would move it to Command and start working it through Command.
Okay, thank you.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yeah, and it's a great time, guys, to get working on this. You don't have to have anything really active right now to get your practice in. As a demonstration that I've done for pretty much everybody, was create an opportunity for our good friend Bugs Bunny, and he's not real. I created an opportunity for him, and I went through the entire process just to know what it was. So you don't have to have anything active right now to get some good practice in. Okay.
Just do not, if you are practicing putting documents in, just do not submit them to the broker.
Yeah. Yeah, don't do that. And
Don't hit those buttons, and don't, if you are putting in your commissions, you can practice there, but again, don't submit it.
Yeah, and if you don't know how to do that, that's okay. All of those things will be covered for the next several Tuesdays, okay? So by the time September rolls around, you'll know exactly what you're doing with the use of DocuSign and the other compliance side of things, okay? We're segmenting this. We're going to break this down so that it's easy and not overwhelming for you all, okay?
Well, the key thing is if I can do it, anyone can do it.
Yeah, that can carry some weight depending on who you are. Thanks so much there, Dick. Well,
Hey,
we're beyond 2 p.m. I'm sorry, who is this?
It's Kristen again. I'm sorry.
Sure.
You know, every time I go into my profile and I pick this office as my default and I hit save and I go out and I go back in again, it's back to that other office. I just need that other office to go away.
Are you still associated with them?
No, I'm not. I have not been for a year now.
Okay.
And I don't even use my app anymore because they won't take me off of that. So it has it has Shreveport information. It has my old number that doesn't even exist anymore. And it just, that office needs to.
You know,
my recommendation to you, hold on one second, Dick.
Yeah.
My recommendation to you, Kristen, is to contact the MCA office, get in contact with Cindy or any of them, and then have them.
Yeah, Cindy and them have done it a million times. They've done it, well, twice already. And for some reason, Austin just doesn't take me out.
Can I just barge in?
What you need to also do is submit a ticket to support@kw.com and make sure that they are aware of that.
Yeah, I had the same problem when I moved from Detroit. I couldn't get rid of the old Detroit information. And I finally had to go through KW and also through the MCA back in Detroit to get the whole thing resolved. But I've been there. But you can get it done.
Thanks, Dick.
Yep.
You're welcome.
So
one other question, Jesse. Back in
one second real quick. So
sorry.
Kristen, contact support@kw.com.
Okay.
Okay, that's the email address. Be sure to include screenshots or a Loom recording, LOOM, a Loom recording of what you're seeing on your end, and submit it to them so that they know what you're referring to. Okay.
Thank you.
Make it simpler there. Okay, sorry about that, Teresa. Go ahead.
No, that's all right. It's a very simple question. And I know they've been working on the ABA that's in the DocuSign. When I pull it up, it says sample form. Is it, when they're finished, is it going to get rid of the sample form?
So what you're seeing is the document in your My Docs section of DocuSign rooms.
Yes.
And those are all samples. When you're actually working a room, I'll show you how to pull the actual form that you'll use. that does not show the sample watermark.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
All right. So with that, guys, I want to go ahead and respect the rest of your time since we're 8 minutes beyond 2 p.m. there. Thanks so much for being a part of it today. I really do appreciate it very much. And I hope you continue to be a part of these. We're going to continue to go through this. I know it's not easy. There might be some growing pains with it, but just bear with us. We'll make sure you get where you need to go, and you'll get done what you need to get done. In the meantime, if you encounter anything in terms of an issue or you just have some simple questions, you can reach me specifically at jesse.rojas@kw.com. I'm adding that to the chat right now. You can also reach Heather at tech@1kwsa.com. We'll be able to help you out with as much as we can. Okay, so we'll walk you through any special circumstances. So Kristen, do me a favor, send me an email with some things that you need help with. And also Michelle will need to touch base to see what specifically needs to be done for your DocuSign integration there, okay?
I'm sending you an email now.
Perfect. The email is the best way. I can keep track of them a bit easier that way than getting a bazillion text messages. But that's it for now. I hope it was really helpful for you guys.
Well, thank you, Jeff.
Yeah, thank you.
Hey, Jesse, what is your email?
It's in the chat box, jesse.rojas@kw.com.
Thank you.
All right. Well, enjoy the rest of your week, everybody. We will have Command Like a Boss on Thursday. And be sure, if you don't know how to use Command and you want some more basics and stuff like that, be sure to be a part of Heather's weekly class on Wednesdays, beginning at 1 p.m. And the Thursday class will be the more in-depth teaching on that. So be sure to be a part of those, and that'll be running for the next 5 weeks, okay?
Jesse,
So we can, I'm sorry?
Heather's class on Wednesday is 3 p.m.
Yeah.
Oh, it's at 3 p.m.? Okay. So yeah, that's the boot camp. So it'll be covering the various portions of Command one at a time, or maybe two at a time, depending on the content. And then the Thursday class that I will be teaching will be a more in-depth version. So you get a little bit more out of it. Okay.
Sorry, what time on Thursday?
1 p.m.
Same? Okay.
Yep. All the calendar, all the training schedule should be on 1kwsa.com. It's published weekly, if not monthly, so be sure to check there for any trainings.
Great job, Jesse. Thank you.
Hi, Jesse.
Thanks so much, everybody. I hope you have a great, oh, you have a question there, Larry?
No, just for scheduling, Tuesdays and Thursdays are at 1 o'clock, 1 hour. The Wednesday class that Heather's doing is 3 to 4:30, which is the tech boot camp, which is the more in-depth on the topics that are on each week. So just know that Command has, you can get more about Command 3 days a week now for the entire month. Tuesday, 1 p.m., Wednesday, 3 p.m., Thursday, 1 p.m.
All right. Thanks so much, guys. Ladies and gents, and we'll see you next time. We'll see you Thursday, hopefully.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Have a great week.
You too.